Good morning. It is 10 after 8 on June 6th, Tuesday. And I am still, as shown in last night's video, in Ellensburg, Washington. Today's plans involve driving more towards Old Faithful. I don't think I'll get there. In fact, I'm sure I won't. But to get partway there and to kick it in tomorrow, I believe. Is right. Trip meter wise, let's see. My trip meter is at 4,353 miles. And this morning, it is 64 degrees out here. I have my hoodie on. I don't think I'll wear that very long. The Hilton here was, or the Hampton Inn, which is a Hilton hotel, was really nice. It was a little pricier than Choice Hotels, but it's what was available last night. And I did get an AARP discount, which helped. But the room was nice, as I showed you. And then breakfast this morning was really good. I mean, I had roasted potatoes and maple smoked sausage and strawberries and a much better breakfast selection than the Choice Hotels have. So anyway, I think that's all I have to share right now. So let's hit the road. Left the hotel about a half hour ago, just sharing some of the scenery. Windmills, just like at home. Well, not just like at home, just like in Indiana, up in northern Indiana. I'd also be noticing that my windshield's pretty dirty. Got a lot of bugs yesterday. I'm gonna have to clean it again today. It's quickly getting warm out. It is just 10 till 9, so what? It's been easily less than an hour since I left the hotel. And the temperature I reported this morning was accurate. In fact, I saw it dip down to like 59. But now it is 73. I just had to take my hoodie off, and yeah, it looks like it's going to get hot. So I know I have a long day of driving ahead of me. I want to get a lot of miles in today, so I get close to as close to Old Faithful as I can get. But what? It's 9 o'clock and I'm already pulling off at a scenic view, so we'll see how the day goes. But it's super windy out there, so I'm not going to narrate. There is a wild horses monument that you'll see in this upcoming video, and then just some scenic views of the area in. I am east of Spokane by about 150 miles. I'm really more on the outskirts of Ellensburg, which is a tiny little town. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and here's the views. Just leaving the scenic monument, and I am 150 miles west of Spokane. I'm not sure I said that right on the other videos, so just in case, I wanted to clarify. I am not to Spokane yet. I am west of there and heading east to it. Also, I tried to do a good deed back there, and there was an empty water bottle laying on the ground, and I picked it up, and it was a little sticky. So I went to my car and was getting a Walmart sack out to put the bottle in, and ended up losing both things. I actually lost 2 Walmart sacks and the bottle, all just trying to pick up the bottle. It was so windy up there. So I littered, didn't mean to, and now I'm going to have to make up for it somewhere and pick up some trash. If you look closely at this highway sign coming up, and I know it's going to go by fast, It's interesting that here in Washington State that the silhouette or whatever behind highway numbers, in this case, they use George Washington's face profile. Hope it shows that. Yeah, you probably got it there at the last second. So I was thinking, maybe we should do that in Indiana. But who would we use? The first person I thought of was Orville Redenbacher. I'm bored, been in the car for a couple hours, so I'm 10 miles from Spokane, and here's a look at how things are looking. The scenery has flattened out quite a bit. There are mountains in the distance, but for now, not driving through any mountains. This looks like driving along I-70 in Indy at the moment, really. Just found my first Idaho geocache. I'm about 15 minutes off the interstate. I came a ways for this one. It was a regular sized cache, but didn't have hardly anything in it. It was kind of weird because there's this steel cable attached to this pole, and it has a tag on it about geocaching, but there's nothing attached to the pole. However, the ammo can is sitting right back there behind the fence. I'm thinking it was probably attached to that cable at one point, but I signed the log. Now back to the interstate. It is 12:30. It is 83 degrees out. I am still on Pacific time at this moment. And here is some Idaho scenery for you, just on the east side of Coeur d'Alene, or however you say it. Yeah, just thought I'd share some scenery. Ooh, man, I picked the right time. Look, water. So, ironically, this is Lake Coeur d'Alene. Since I had just mentioned that I was outside of Coeur d'Alene, and then I came upon the water, just saw the sign that this is Lake Coeur d'Alene. Idaho state law, change required. You know you're headed into the mountains again when you see things like this. Chain up area. Obviously, no chains needed today because it's 80 degrees out. Look at that beautiful mountain there. I am crossing Idaho in the northern part of it, which is where it's really narrow. And I just learned that my hand's in the way. No, I just learned that this part of the state is called the Idaho Panhandle, because we're in like the Panhandle State Forest, which is interesting. Like, I see why Florida's Panhandle is called that, because it's horizontal and kind of looks like a panhandle, but it's interesting that Idaho's Panhandle is in a vertical alignment. Okay, so that mountain wasn't so bad. I mean, if you look at the timestamps on these videos, it's just been a few minutes, and we're back to the chain removal area. I missed the sign, but, I mean, I saw the sign, just didn't get it on video. And we topped out at an elevation of 3,000 feet. I'm sure if it's snowing and stuff, it'd still be pretty rough. And there were signs saying things like, watch for ice in shaded areas. So, signs we don't see back home. Just crossing into Montana at 2:19 Mountain Time now, trying to show that there's snow up in those mountains. I'm heading down a mountain right now. Fortunately, no traffic around me, but missed the Welcome to Montana sign. But then again, I've missed most of the Welcome to whatever state signs because they sneak up on you and there's nowhere to pull off and see them. So Anyway, welcome to Montana. In Montana, the speed limit in places is 80 miles an hour. Zoom, zoom. I have arrived at the KOA campgrounds in Missoula, Montana, and this is my home for the night. This little triangle of land, which is nice. Now, it's not nearly as country feeling as the other campground I was at. I mean, actually, if we look down there, you see cars zooming by in like a business or something, but it's still going to be really nice. And hello. Good, how are you? And the people are friendly. There's snow-capped mountains in the distance, but as I stand here, it's about mid-80s at 4:08 local time. So I'm going to get to setting up my camp, and we'll go from there. Also, the view from the campsite. I did notice, which this is kind of cool, back in here, there's a little cubby where you can, like, it's a little storage area. You can put stuff in there and then lock it up, which is pretty cool. And I'm right next to the bathroom. So, and then over here are a bunch of like little cabins that you can rent. Zoom in. Yeah. Cabins over there as well. There's a pool, hot tub, laundry, miniature golf, all kinds of things to do here. Not that I'll necessarily do much of that probably, but it is a nice little vacation spot. And now it's home. In hindsight, I should have moved my tent a little more that way, a little further from the fire, but I think I'll be all right. It's laundry day for Steve, so hanging out in the laundry room here at the campgrounds. $1.50 to wash and $1 for 20 minutes to dry, which isn't that bad.